right, let's tap in. So before I came into this space, I felt the energies of someone really upset about someone leaving. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Someone really upset about someone leaving, someone trying to cling to a situation, a person who is really unconscious of the things they do, unconsciously aware of what's inside of them, and I'm seeing them move towards, gravitate towards people who are unconscious as well. And that's what devil energy is, yeah. So it's about really making peace with that too. Making peace with the conscious and the unconscious. And that's the works that we've been doing with this underworld vibes, going within the shadows, not being afraid of what we see down there, and bringing light with us. So this clingy people as well, these people who were around you, people that you were trying to cling to, they're gravitating. Oh yeah, look at that. They're going back into a karmic cycle. They probably still had more debts to be paid off. And I'm feeling that's why a lot of these people were removed from your life. It's like they had past dues that needed to be paid for. So spirit had to move them out of your life because you're stepping into your destiny, into a space that was designed for you because you're divine. It's like you came to Mama Earth pure and you remained pure. And that's why you're getting these blessings. And that's also why these people that you were clinging to are being removed from your life. Because this is what's yours. This is what you're in alignment with. You're no longer in alignment with people that have karmic debt to pay. They owe the devil for all the times that they turned their back on the unconscious things, on the things that they weren't willing to see, turning their back on their shadows. So it's like they owe big bucks. And they thought they were moving away from you because you were difficult, but this was actually you. This was them helping you move away from them, move away from difficulty. And you're going to see it clearly. You're going to know who it is because these are probably people that you tried saving. And you're going to notice that these people are starting to gravitate towards the people that actually truly went against them. People that you possibly tried to save them from. It's like you were putting out the calls, hoping they would hear you, hoping that they would wake up and see who they were and see who was around them. And they just didn't hear the calls, but you did. Those calls that you were putting out actually sounded the alarm for the divines, and they had you rise up. They created this staircase just for you. And step by step, with each level, you elevated, you evolved, you transformed. Look at that. Still that naked rawness, yeah? Your purest essence is what allowed you to see the staircase, to see things from a higher perspective. Even people who needs to be removed from your life. Look at that. It's like you were already feeling unfulfilled. That space that you were at was keeping you closed off from actually coming into partnership with people that really fucks with you. People that have their own cups and don't try to take from yours. Or when it's time that, when you fucking used up all your cup and poured your emotions into them, helped them heal. It made you miss opportunities. But being stuck in that space also allowed you to tap into that high priestess, to start thinking really not logically and not being so nurturing to those type of people, and give that to self. This is the fuck words, fuck actions, feel them out card right here. Yeah, and her eyes are closed in here as well. The eyes were closed because we couldn't see it, because these people were telling us what we wanted to hear. They were doing exactly what they thought we wanted to see. And we weren't feeling it out. And that's why the divines had to cut us off from them and make sure that they were out of sight in order for them to become out of mind. And the Hierophant is someone who values themselves, values their traditions. Let me read it from the book. Let me read it from the book because there's so much more. We got so much things to say right now. So much things to say. Oh yeah, so they do, huh? They got so much things, but we got so we're shifting it. We don't give a fuck what they're saying because we got a lot to say about this, about the things that we value, about the new traditions that we're creating, this new belief system. Now that you brought consciousness to the unconscious, you brought consciousness to the underworld. This is the underworld. So when you're in this higher state of consciousness within the underworld, it brings in new light. So the Hierophant, number 5, big changes, yeah? So went from 4 to 5. No longer being in that space, no longer allowing people to keep you closed off as well. And no longer also, it's like feeling things out now that you value self, right? Let me light up. What a beautiful spread. And I think that's what we're celebrating too within this 1111 portal. Is like just trusting the divines, like saying mahalo. Thank you. That's been the vibes. Thank you for moving this people out of my life because I fucking never would have. Ever. I swear I had people around me that thought I was fucking crazy for being the high priest, for breaking these generational curses, for acknowledging the divine feminine within in order to bring balance to the divine masculine. People thought I was fucking crazy. Okay? They probably went home and talked shit about me to everyone around them. Probably to the people that they would talk shit about to me. So this may be for you as well, okay? Because this story always goes somewhere and hits someone. But it's like the stories that they were telling me was outlandish shit. Like sick, filthy, devilish, dirty things. Things that they tried to keep hidden, yeah? Things that they tried to fucking lock away, these fucking skeletons in their closet. And that's also why you were removed from their life, because this truth that you're stepping into was going to expose the illusions they were living in, these fucking false realities that they were living in. Motherfuckers that got Stockholm syndrome, that love their abusers. Yeah, so when real people come in to love them, they fucking take offense to the shit because they're so used to being beat down, tore down, unloved, neglected, abandoned, taken advantage of. So when we come in and love someone, they think it's shady. They look at us like we're the fucking devils. Because they don't know what that is. They don't know how that feels. They also don't know what it's like to go in the shadows and be okay in that fucking space. They also don't know what it's like to break generational curses and tear down faulty foundations. And I see people going back into this karmic cycle because this actually happened a few years ago as well, is when I spoke on breaking down these faulty foundations, this outdated belief systems within the holidays and all that bullshit. I had people, once again, think I was fucking crazy, but then they took all my teachings and ran with the shit. They took that cup that I filled up for them and ran with the shit. But every time when they would deplete that cup, they would be right back. And what I'm doing differently this time is I'm stepping out of that karmic cycle. Yeah? It's like, how much more tests do you need? And it's going to keep coming to make sure you stay on your fucking toes. Okay. This card is about spiritual connection and leadership, regardless of our avenue to get there. We all possess a desire to ultimately feel connected. The Hierophant is all about the type of guided energy. As above, so below is the mantra of the Hierophant, as she is the vessel of spiritual leadership. She or he represents the ruling powers of both external and internal religion, as well as traditions, belief systems, and ritualistic approach to the spiritual world. So whatever path you choose to take to get through that door, pulling this card reveals a moment to make sure you take the step to get through. So it's like the door is open, but you gotta take the steps. You gotta make a move. You gotta fucking move that feet in order to get through. The door's not gonna come to you. You gotta walk through. You gotta push the fucking door open and you gotta walk through. Well, we did the whole kick the door down shit, so now it's time to walk through the motherfucker. And how ironic, we're in the 1111 portal and I'm seeing that vibe as the door. Let me stop this real quick. Because yesterday, one of these tarot readers that I watch, she spoke about, she pulled the card, the olive branch. And this is that white dove carrying the olive branch. And while she's doing that, she actually grabs this newsletter that she received in the mail, which speaks about Jesus. I think it was Romans 10:9 or some shit. And I instantly remembered the story of the olive branch, the olive leaf, whatever it is within the Bible. And when she was speaking of this, the time stopped on 38:11 was the duration, and 38 shifts into a 11. So it was 11:11 stepping into this portal. So I looked it up in the Bible and I got drawn to Genesis 8:11. You know, we're taking away the 3. And it was just a whole vibe. So I'm seeing the 3 as the 3 of Pentacles, though, this collaboration, people coming together for the same mission, to fulfill the same prophecy. And it spoke of how the dove returned to Noah when it was safe to come out of the ark. So it's like the flood of people rushing in, the cleansing of the unconscious. And it's like only purity and innocence will be around you. People who are pure, and also animals as well, being very drawn to you. But it was like so interesting how it all worked together and how I trusted in my intuition to look it up. So, finishing. This card can represent a person with a growing need for acceptance, thus triggering an examination of our own personal beliefs. And who better to help you with that than the Hierophant? Know that knowledge leads to both inner and outer power. Therefore, educating yourself so that you may be able to mediate between the aspects of your intellectual emotions are key. As the Hierophant acts as the bridge between the spiritual and physical, it may be time to either reach out to a trusted advisor for advice or reach within during meditation and ask your ancestors and spirit guides for their input. Again, the universe conspires with you, not against you. So it's like that's what was going on, right? Just going within, meditating, listening to the calls, knowing that the universe is conspiring with us. And that includes removing people out of our life, even if we love them dearly. You know, people that aren't meant to step into this new celebratory phase with us. Moving us into a space with people that actually do the work. Look at that, the trap. Yeah, this speaks of someone even luring people in with sweet, kind words only to devour their head in the motherfucking end. Devour their consciousness, yeah? Devour their visions, helping them think, pretending to help, but they're actually hindering your sight. The mo'os. That's number 11. That shifts into 11. 9 plus 2. 11 is the justice card as well. So we're getting justice. The truth came out. We're finding out the truth. We're accepting the truth. And we're moving accordingly, because when we know better, we fucking do better. We no longer accept the bullshit. We're no longer in a space where we're having to prove our existence or feel accepted for our beliefs. The blessings weren't coming because of the people around you. Look at that, justice at the bottom and the devil at the bottom. And the fucking chariot. And the chaos and obstacles. The truth coming out, getting justice. Balance, look, the Ma'at vibes. The divines gave you the opportunity to weigh their fucking hearts with the feather. And they failed. They're going back into that karmic cycle. It's karma. And justice is not them losing, it's you winning. Justice for all the times these people tried to restrict you by chaining themselves to you, by keeping you in an unconscious state of mind because they were too there. And look at that, the big changes, the chariot, the number 7, you're a ascended master. You surpassed the test and the obstacles and the challenges, and you're moving forward. Nothing and no one is no longer restricting you. Why? Because you made peace with the devil. You made peace with the demons. You brought them light. Yeah, because energy can't die. It can only be transformed, and you transform that unconsciousness, the fear, the worry. You transformed it into love by having compassion for self. By speaking your truth. By continuing to stand firm. Healing, look at that, bringing light to the darkness. You're placed in the dark for a reason, so you can shine. The divines knew that you were the perfect one for that job. So don't cling to no one that was born to not see you. Look at that, that was born to not see you. They couldn't ever see you because they were stuck in a lower vibration. They were trapped by their own pains, chaining themselves to rock bottom and hoping you would have stayed there with them. But you can't. Because abundance is your birthright. Because you were able to go to the depths and you came back out stronger. You allowed the depths, the darkness, to rise into a higher state of consciousness. You fully transform the darkness within self. And it's fucking blinding for those who can't. And for those that took your teachings and ran with it, that's why they had to run away from you. Because they knew that your truth was about to reveal their darkness. Their darkness. Your truth was about to reveal their darkness. Your truth was about to reveal their demons. But I'm also seeing this as them not having any possible way to get to you. Look at that, and you're moving forward. They could even come in and say that they're going through some bullshit and they need you to set them free from it. And you're just moving forward. Not letting anything stand in your way. Yep, look at that. You're celebrating. It's celebration time. Celebrating this new cycle that you're about to give birth to. The karmic justice. Fully aligned. Look, coming into people that are in alignment with you. People that have self-control. People that do things in moderation, you know, such as fucking partying. People that go within and hold the fucking light. Enlightenment and illumination of the darkness, yeah? People who remain in gratitude, even in delays. People who aren't shaken up. People who invest their time and energy into the right things. Beautiful energies. Very, very beautiful. What is that card? Cooperation. Yep, look at that. I felt this vibe within this gave me 3 of Cups vibes. Your goal can benefit from you surrounding yourself with like-minded people. See, you aren't benefiting from these goals, even though they were probably fucking great ideas. They just weren't, you weren't benefiting from it because you were surrounded by people that aren't on your fucking vibration. You weren't surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Look at that. And then when you do surround yourself with like-minded people, you're able to feel lighthearted and free, trusting that your unique way of doing things is the right way. So possibly people from the past always made you feel like you were doing it wrong. You were saying the wrong things. Push. Don't feel inadequate. Forget how to quit. Push on no matter how things look. And accomplishments. Remember past accomplishments as a way to overcome present self-doubt. That's the darkness. Remembering that you went into the darkness and you lit that place up. Remembering that you're the fucking star. Remembering that you're a healer and you're capable of healing yourself this time. Not overextending. Healing people that don't even want to be healed. Healing people that don't even want to feel afraid of the dark. Yep. I'm going to get another card from the Mana deck. We already had the Mo'o. I feel like I have to read the Mo'o. Let's see what we get and see. I just got chicken skin, so I think I really do have to read the Mo'o again. The Mo'o has come to me a while ago, our sacred gecko. And this is all while I was clearing out these cycles within my womb space. And this was all the while I was around people that weren't putting in that same works. Look at that. Being set free from the trap. So I'll possibly read Mo'o and Ho'oponopono because there's forgiveness that still needs to be done to free yourself from the traps, even if you're trapping yourself from moving forward. Where is that book? Under my butt. mm. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. So mo'o. Which number is mo'o? You would think I would know by now. It's 29 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I'm right. I was right. Number 29. Okay. Mo'o are spirits that take form of lizards, dragons, serpents, water spirits, sea monsters, fog, or sharp rain. Occasionally, they appear as lizards of monstrous size and inhabit caves and inland fish ponds. Although Aumakua ancestors to some, Mo'o also appears in stories as one of the most feared and dangerous of evil spirits. Because of their association with Mo'o, Hawaiians tend to be respectful to all lizards, including harmless geckos. There's a Hawaiian proverb that cautions against bothering lizards if one does not wish to fall off a cliff, based on the belief that lizards can cause madness that could make one leap off a cliff and die. There are stories in which Hi'iaka, the sister of Pele, confronts Mo'o that attempts to block her way. Hi'iaka battles with Mo'o in various forms and manages to overcome them by engulfing them with seawater or lava, or by entangling them with fast-growing vines. One of the Mo'o Hi'iaka battled was Mo'olau. A proverb about Mo'olau warns against gossiping and discussing the faults of others. It shows the need for respecting all beings in spite of their faults. This respect is necessary because Hawaiians believe that speech carries power of life and death. Consequently, they believe that those who are spoken negatively of could hurt by unkind words. They also believe that those who speak negatively of others could also be hurt by words because unkind words may be turned back on the person who spoke them. Hawaiian religion is filled with references to the power of words to heal or destroy. In ancient Hawaii, a kahuna ana ana was a sorcerer who could use words to pray a person to death. Evil words are not the only kind of words that can trap, however. A proverb warns against charming words are like the net that may ensnarl you, an unsuspecting victim. There are stories about Mo'o who appear in human form to use kind words to lure a lover back to their cave so the Mo'o can eat the unsuspecting lover. So whether words are charming or negative, Hawaiian wisdom warns that words have potential to trap or destroy as efficiently as any upena, net, or weapon. Let me light my joint. So, not thinking that it's the envy. It's the envy too, yeah? Envy is a form of evil eye. Someone wanting what's yours. Mo'o reveals your fears so that you can overcome them. Unacknowledged fears can lead people to be seduced into spending their time and energy gossiping about others rather than focusing on issues they need to address within themselves. So that's what these people were doing, right? They were using all of that energy to gossip rather than focusing on the darkness within them that needed to be healed. And that's why they moved away, because when you do that, it's fucking scary as hell to people that don't want to see who gossip about others may often be doing so to hide their own weaknesses. That was definitely a vibe too. It's like I had, oh my gosh, I had someone gossip to someone they barely even fucking knew. Okay, they barely even knew this person, and for some reason my name was in their story. Very strange, but I let it go and I trusted. I was like, ooh, that's not good, because you could be putting yourself, you could be digging your own grave, boo. But whatever. Mm-hmm. They may be afraid that they are secretly more like that person than they care to admit. Or they may be intimidated by another success. Whether you are the one doing the talking or being talked about, gossip can seduce you into believing that important battles are outside of yourself rather than within. Fear can be like monsters that consume your vision. Talking about others or being afraid about being talked about can keep you from making progress on your journey. Mo'o warns that debilitating fears can block your progress. Fear could mean false evidence appearing real. That's the vibe too, you know? They could be saying some shit and you know it's not real, so just don't even fight it. The divines are intervening, causing them to say all of those things so you can feel them out. Even when fear is appropriate, be careful to not allow fear to disable or defeat you. Or if you allow it to trap you, your path will be blocked. Hence, you become caught up in the upena, nets of the mo'o. By journeying within, examining your fears, you greatly increase your chances of transcending any obstacle that appears to block your progress. And then we're moving on to Ho'oponopono. I'm just going to read the interpretation of this card. The chant for this card is Nokela, Nokela, Kau, Ka, Heva. The wrong is of that, not this season. So it's not the season, not the season of war. Yeah, we've been saying it's a season of harvest, the season of breaking bread, celebrations, forgiveness. But just because it's forgiveness, it's like not breaking bread with those type of people. So that's a lesson as well, is like when we're forgiving people, it doesn't mean, okay, maybe somebody have to hear that because I have to fucking speak up. It doesn't mean you have to sit at the same table as them. It's just meaning that you're fucking releasing them from your energetic field. Ho'oponopono uses communication to restore balance and harmony. Okay, there's some bullshit going on in the house. So that could be pertaining to this. Someone fucking crying. Someone acting like you hurt them when they're really just fucking crying over their own bullshit. So that's why it's important to not still sit at the table with these types of people, because they're gonna keep putting the blame on you. But let's see. Ho'oponopono uses communication to restore balance and harmony in ways that relate to the earth, our ancestors, and one another. If a relationship seems out of balance or the harmony in your life feels disrupted, you may want to conduct a ho'oponopono ceremony. If you find you are unclear about the nature of the situation requiring the communication, you may need to draw another card to assist you with your interpretation. You may want to consider doing this with a friend. No. Ho'oponopono requires open, honest, non-judgmental communication. It's an indication that you need to carefully scrutinize your motivations, feelings, and behaviors and be willing to communicate about them. This may include expressing hidden feelings, making reparations, or forgiving. Ho'oponopono requires that you be willing to do whatever it takes to restore harmony and balance within a situation. So that's what it is. Releasing them, and we don't need to pull another card because we basically know it was the mo'o, right? Even if it's forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to stay trapped in a shitty ass situation that you knew wasn't for you. And sometimes that's really what it is. It's like, fuck, we easily forgive people, right? And we easily give people second chances, but do we give ourselves that same grace? What came up? Oh, salvation. Yeah, okay. But I don't know. With that salvation shit, I'm feeling like it's a new day. Look, yep. Spirit said so. It's a new day. We're shifting the fucking narrative and writing our own story. Just because the Bible said what the fuck it said, it doesn't mean that's my playbook. It's a new day. And it's not forgive them for they know what they do. Because they know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They know exactly what they've been doing. So forgive and release that shit. Forgive them with the knowing that they had to do what they did. Because they weren't meant to come with you on this journey. They had to. A lot of people probably did some shit and fucked up even if they didn't want to. They're probably sitting there thinking, why the fuck did I do that? It's because Spirit made them do that. There was no other fucking way around it. Because we hard head and sometimes we gotta be dragged. We gotta be pulled by our fucking ear because we don't listen. I'm feeling the energies of red flag after red flag, right? That second chance vibes. So release because the abundance is coming in. Look, rewriting your story. That was someone who also is enjoying what they do. So even if you're in this space of enjoyment, when you don't heal from that shit and you don't fucking forgive and release it and just let it go, letting go of the guilt and resentment, the fear, the worry, the lack, the abandonment, feeling mistreated and misled, when you fucking release all of that, then you can continue to prosper. The 5 butterflies, you can continue to transform, continue to change on the daily. Because you can be presented with the same fucking cup. And if you haven't healed, you'll end up taking that cup again. And that cup got fucking poison in it, so stop drinking that fucking cup. I just heard, don't be your own demise. Don't be your own demise. I see a card peeking up. Yeah, look at that. Protect yourself. You know these individuals don't have your best interests at heart. And you're a pure heart. She's using her green. Her heart chakra is activated. And it looks like she feels a little bad. But stay strong. Let's get some angels and ancestors. Stay strong. Make plans and focus. Right now is to just make plans and focus where you see yourself going. Now that all that is out the way. Look, she just came back from war. Wow, I was going to say she could be going to war, but somehow this card got dirty and in the perfect spot. She just, oh, what are they revealing? She just came back from war. She was there holding the space for everyone, right? Someone very wise. Someone who trusts in higher forces because they're connected to the higher forces. They are the highest force. So what was that? Yeah. So yeah, that card got dirty and in the perfect place. She's finished with war. Now it's time to make plans and focus. Move forward. There's nothing in your way now. The way is clear. The path is clear. Oh, wow. Move in a new direction, traveler. Oh, wow. And star ancestors. Follow the voice of your soul. Move in a new direction. Follow the voice of your soul. I feel like this one fell off the table because They don't want you to move away from following the voice of your soul. They don't want you to look in different directions other than here. What else fell? Yeah, that was the trust in higher forces. So trust. You're being called to trust. Trust that the seeds that you planted will grow. Trust that the plants that you're harvesting will be able to nourish your body and give you the proper sustenance and nutrients it needs to thrive. All right. This is a collective reading. So, oh wow, we was here for 40 minutes, and that's been the vibes too. 4D. In the 4D vibes. So this is a collective reading. It may or may not resonate. We are really tapping into the sacral energies. I've seen orange everywhere today. So I got my orange shirt. I painted my nails orange. And I was like, well, let's hold the fucking space then. Let's hold the vibe. Holding that space within our wombs. And then you just within your cause, your gut instincts. Stay hydrated. Keep your gut space clear. If you're stuck in a situation and you're feeling confused, I'm getting the vibes of you intentionally fasting. I'm not a medical physician. I don't know. That sounded really like discrediting to me because I really am. I really am. I'm a medicine woman. And for me to say that because I don't have a fucking PhD actually really made me sick to my stomach. So really tap into your shamanic powers, medicine woman and medicine men, because I've actually been my children's doctor for years now, and they have no vaccines. They've never been to any hospital visits. The only time they went to the doctor was for a wellness checkup, and that's just because I wanted it on pen and paper that we showing up, you know, and the only time they would get sick is when we're around people that don't do the works. Sadly. And no offense, not to, you know, lower anyone, but it's what it is. Even just being out in the world, you don't know who you cross paths with. So that's why it's so important as well to surround yourself with like-minded people. You know, create this safe community that with people who are on the same vibe. So not only you can remain healthy, but your children and people around you. A healthy mind. Yeah, healthy physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. All right. Did I say it? This is a collective reading, so it may or may not resonate. If you want to book a personal, information in the description box. While I hold this, I saw distractions in the reverse. No longer feeling distracted. It's like someone got the memo. Someone got it. Oh, I got it now. I gotcha. I gotcha. Oh my gosh. This bird was like flying right at me and he went right onto my roof. Seeing things from a higher perspective. It's going to come right at you. Two partners. It's going to come right at you. Because there's space now.